Oh, thank you very much. About 5 years ago, a friend of mine named Monty Roberts asked me to come up to his ranch and do a fundraiser for kids who were abusing drugs in Santa Barbara County. And it's unusual for him to open up his ranch like that, and he did. And as he was introducing me that night after we'd done the usual fading of all the people, giving them a big banquet and everything, and we had a lot of people there with last names like Goodyear and Firestone and Crocker and Pillsbury, so you can get a sense of what we were working with. And he was introducing me before I was going to do the pitch to hit people up for money. And he said, the reason I let Jack use the ranch is Jack is someone who helps people make their dreams come true. And he said that when he was a kid in school, there was a teacher he called a dream stealer. And he said the problem is a lot of people get their dreams stolen. And he introduced me and he said, I want to tell a story before I put Jack on. He said the story goes like this. When I was a high school student, there was a kid in my class who was an itinerant that moved around in the back of a truck. His dad was a trainer, and he never lived anywhere more than a couple of months. And he would never go to school anywhere more than a couple of months. And he had this dream, though. He wanted to grow up and race thoroughbred racing horses. And the teacher at this school, when he was there, asked the kids to write a paper. They said, what do you want to do when you grow up? And he got very excited because this was a chance to really go for his dream. So he wrote down, I want to raise thoroughbred racing horses, and he drew a diagram of a 200-acre ranch, and he drew a diagram of a 4,000-square-foot house where all the rooms would be, and on the ranch he had the racetrack, and where the tack room would be, and the bunkhouses, and the central administration office, and all this stuff. And he was very excited, and he handed it in. And he got it back a week later and said, F, see me after class. Well, he was shocked. He'd poured his heart into this. And he went up to the teacher. He said, how come I got an F? What's the deal? And he said, I'll tell you why you got an F. You're a poor kid living off the back of a truck. Do you know what land costs in this valley? Do you know what it costs for breeding stock and for stud fees? This is an unrealistic dream for a young man like you. There's no way you could ever achieve this. And it's my job as a teacher to make sure you don't grow up and be disappointed. So I want you to write a more realistic dream for yourself, and I'll give you a higher grade. Well, he went home and he talked to his dad, and he said, Dad, what should I do? And his dad said, well, I can't tell you what to do. It's your life. But I will tell you this. Whatever you decide is probably going to affect the rest of your life, so think hard about it. Well, he thought and he thought and he thought. And after a week, he went back to the teacher, and he handed in the exact same paper. And he said, you can keep the F. I'm keeping my dream. Now, just like you, I got goosebumps when he told that story. And then Monty goes over to the mantel, and he pulls down a frame, and in that frame is a piece of paper, and it says in red letters, F, see me after class. And the name on the paper was Monty F. Roberts. We were in his 4,000-square-foot house and his 204-acre ranch, and that year his income was over $6 million. Now, the reality is, here's a poor kid who made his dream come true. How did he do it?